Your cat is sleeping somewhere in your house right now. Maybe they're curled into a tight ball, or maybe they've pushed their flat face deep into a pillow. You look at them and see a domestic pet. You see traits so casual that animators traced them to create the most famous cartoon cats in history: Garfield, Sylvester, Tom. But what if you're not looking at a cat at all? What if you're actually looking at a living museum of ancient viruses, severe mutations, and biological overrides? Behind every famous cartoon cat is a real, measurable genetic mutation, a biological glitch that altered the blueprint of nature's most perfect apex predator forever. Let's start with Garfield. He has a practically flat face. You'd probably think his face was drawn that way to make him look grumpy. It was not. Garfield's design is heavily based on the exotic Shorthair and the Persian. His flat face is the result of a polygenic brachycephalic trait. In 2016, Hakan Johnson and the Felis Consortium mapped the entire Persian genome. They discovered massive genetic alterations at the CHL1 and CNTN6 loci. These are neural cell adhesion molecules that dictate how the skull projects forward during embryonic development. The wild ancestor of all domestic cats, Felis libica, relies on a long, precise muzzle. When a wild cat hunts, it's got to deliver a precise cervical kill bite to sever the spinal cord. To do that, the jaw arc must be perfectly aligned. The brachycephalic mutation destroys that geometry. The muzzle is rotated upward, the airway is severely obstructed. 50 million years of solitary predator code demands flawless breathing for a sudden, violent ambush. The African wildcat does not gasp, it does not wheeze. The flat face is not a cute variation. It's a biological prison placed on an apex predator, trapping them inside a respiratory system crushed by artificial selection. Now, think about Tom, or Sylvester, the classic Tuxedo cat. You probably think Tuxedo is a breed. It's not. It's a biological infection. In 2014, Valerie David and researchers at the University Rennes unlocked the secret of the black and white coat. It comes from the KIT gene, but the mutation itself is stunning. It's caused by an indigenous retrovirus known as FERV1. Thousands of years ago, a virus inserted its entire genetic code into the feline DNA. This insertion disrupts the normal migration of pigment cells called melanoblasts, while the kitten grows inside the womb. The pigment starts at the spine and spreads downward, but the retrovirus slows the cells down. They run out of time before they can cover the belly, the chest, and the paws, leaving those specific areas pure white. 50 million years of predator evolution perfected the wildcat's coat as an optical illusion. The banded hair of the African wildcat diffuses light, making it virtually invisible in tall grass. A sudden flash of bright white on the chest and paws is a biological beacon that should have meant starvation, but the retrovirus overwrote the camouflage. When you watch Tom chase a mouse, you're not looking at a breed. Scientists call this an indigenous retroviral fossil. You're looking at a permanent biological scar suspended in their DNA and painted across their fur. Coming up, the strange mutation that saved the lives of thousands of sailors, and the genetic time bomb ticking inside Taylor Swift's favorite cat. Then there's the Nyan cat, or in the real world, the Hemingway cat. These are the cats with giant mitten-like paws, 6 or 7 toes on every foot, a condition called polydactyly. In 2008, researchers in Edinburgh pinpointed the exact cause. A mutation in the ZRS regulatory sequence commands the sonic hedgehog gene to fire in the wrong place and build supernumerary digits. The wildcat's foot is a stripped-down, ultra-lightweight instrument, sacrificing absolute width for explosive forward speed during an ambush. Adding unneeded bone and dead weight to the hunting paw should have been a crippling disadvantage, but for the domestic cat, it became a massive survival advantage. From the 1600s to the 1800s, wooden merchant ships carried global trade across the Atlantic Ocean. Their greatest enemy was the rat. Rat destroyed ropes, ate grain supplies, and spread lethal disease. Ships desperately needed hunters, but a normal cat struggles to hunt on a wet, violently pitching wooden deck during a storm. The mutated six-toed cats were different. They had a broader snowshoe-like base. The extra grip allowed them to move like acrobats on the rigging and sprint across lurching decks without slipping. They were the ultimate maritime assassins. Sailors prized them so highly that they intentionally bred them on ships departing from England and Wales, carrying the mutation to Boston, Nova Scotia, and Key West. The cat did not ask for the mutation, but it weaponized it to survive. From survival, we move back to the screen. Hello Kitty's recognized instantly around the globe. Her defining trait is her tiny, kinked tail. You might think it's just stylized art, but she's modeled perfectly after the Japanese bobtail. The wildcat uses its long tail as a high-speed counterbalance, acting like an aerodynamic rudder during 50km/h ambush leaps. But the Japanese bobtail has a permanently broken rudder. In 2016, Professor Lao Shijun at Peking University mapped this exact mutation. It traces to a single error in the HES7 gene. Just one misplaced biological letter disrupts the segmentation clock of the spine as the cat develops, causing the tail vertebrae to fuse and kink into a solid knot. If a cat inherits this from both parents, the effect is fixed. The tail is gone, substituted by a genetic typo. But some mutations don't just alter the cat, they destroy it. Taylor Swift's famous cat, Olivia Benson, is a Scottish fold. They're known for massive eyes and forward-folding ears. You think they look like owls. You think it's the cutest thing you've ever seen. The reality is one of the darkest secrets in the pet industry. The wildcat ear is an acoustic radar system driven by 32 independent muscles. It can rotate 180 degrees without the head moving. The erect cartilage acts as a precise acoustic baffle, feeding micro-frequencies into a brain designed to hunt in pitch-black darkness. In 2016, Barbara Gandolfi at the University of California, Davis isolated the Scottish fold mutation. It's a dominant error in the TRPV4 gene, a mechanosensitive calcium channel absolutely necessary for cartilage and bone health. This mutation removes the rigidity of the ear, causing it to collapse forward against the skull. The acoustic radar is disabled. The 32 muscles have nothing rigid left to move. But that's not the horror. The exact same mutated gene that folds the ear also destroys the cartilage in every single joint in the cat's body. It's a systemic disease called osteochondrodysplasia. It causes progressive incurable arthritis, fused tailbones, and crippling bone spurs on the legs. X-rays shows bone destruction in these kittens as early as 7 weeks old. There is no healthy version of this cat. 100% of Scottish folds develop the disease. The mutation is so severe that global veterinary organizations are begging the public to stop buying them. In 2017, the president of the British Veterinary Association issued a public warning stating unconditionally that the cute appearance is the result of a serious genetic abnormality, and breeding them is fundamentally cruel. You're not looking at a cute ear, you're looking at a collapsing skeleton. 6 iconic cats, 6 broken blueprints. Evolution built them to be flawless, solitary killers who needed absolutely nothing. We dismantled that blueprint to make them look like cartoons. We took away their oxygen, their camouflage, and their hearing, but what we could not bring back was the one thing they were never supposed to have: their capacity to bond. When a dog loves you, it's fulfilling a biological program. But when a cat pushes through all of these genetic deformities just to curl up on your chest, they're violating 50 million years of solitary predator code. They chose companionship. So tonight, when they fall asleep next to you, feel the weight of what is actually lying there. They're the most perfectly engineered survivors in history, and out of everything in the world they could trust, they chose one person: you. Which of these genetic secrets surprised you the most? Tell us in the comments. This has been Happy Tales. If you want to decode more secrets about the animals sleeping on your couch, watch this video next. See you there.